The time is now 5:52 on this Wednesday morning, and here is what you need to know before you go.
A man is behind bars this morning after a Superior standoff ended in an arrest yesterday. Superior police arrived at a home on Iowa Avenue in Billings Park around 3 p.m. on a report of a man causing a disturbance. They say an intoxicated 38-year-old man pointed a gun at another person in the home who was trying to leave. Law enforcement ended up communicating via loudspeaker. After several attempts using the loudspeaker on the armored vehicle parked in front of the home, the man came outside. Officers say he refused to follow the directions of the officers attempting to take him into custody. An officer fired non-lethal pepper ball munitions, which led to the man being taken into custody. The incident remains under investigation.
The first case of West Nile virus in Wisconsin has been detected this year. The Department of Health Services has confirmed a person in Barron County tested positive. Mosquitoes collected in Milwaukee and Lafayette counties were also found with the virus. The DHS is reminding you that West Nile virus cannot be spread from person to person, only through mosquito bites. Wisconsin averages around 18 cases per year. Some symptoms of West Nile virus include fever, chills, headaches, and rashes. Some serious cases could be deadly. Officials say the best way to avoid getting the virus is to reduce mosquito exposure.
Duluth City councilors have decided to push their own pay raise off for another year. So that was decided during Monday's meeting. Councilors amended a proposal that would have bumped councilors' pay next year. Instead, it will now start in the year 2027. Now, as we first reported last week, the change will bring each councilor's pay from about $13,800 to about $18,600 a year. Now, this increase was recommended by the city's charter commission. The council is then supposed to vote on that recommendation.
After a 5-year hiatus, drag racing is making its way back to Duluth. Put on pause in 2019 due to construction, Kern & Company announced on Tuesday the return of the Duluth drag race. It spans an eighth of a mile stretch on Garfield Avenue. It was the first legal street drag race to take place back in 2007 with 125 drivers. The races take place September 27th and 28th, and registration for that two-day event is now open.
Some family-friendly movies are coming to Barker's Island this summer. It's part of the Movies on the Island series. The Douglas County Drug Prevention Coalition is hosting the event. The outdoor movies will take place the first 3 Saturdays in August. Moana 2, SpongeBob the Movie, and Dolphin Tale will be shown. The coalition said these movie nights help families enjoy the summer without the presence of substances.